Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at Aurora 4X. This is, if you're not familiar with the game, it is one of the most complex 4X games. Not one of the most, probably the most complex 4X game you will ever see. It is a space strategy game originally created by one guy, still created by one guy, originally back in 2004, and he has still been working on this thing in all that time. We're in version 7.1 at the time of this recording. So the game is it's been called the Dwarf Fortress of space games, mostly because of its complexity and the simulation and the ability to be able to do anything you want to do. By far the most recommended thing for me to play on the channel. I have finally learned an ounce, 0.1% of the game, so I can show it off here and get an idea what the game is all about. This is not going to be a how to play Aurora 4X, but maybe it'll be a introduction to the game to kind of show what is going on and what the game is all about, I suppose. So first off, we open up the game and we get this. I'm using the Aurora wrapper, which is a sort of like a starter pack sort of thing that goes with the game. We are now here at this window. Get used to seeing windows because that's what the game's all about. We have a window. We're going to start up a new game. And in this game, we're going to choose what kind of game we're going to be playing. We're going to set up all of our basic settings for the game. We're going to call this one new game name. No, it's going to be called YouTube. There we go. Our starting year, this is all just for story. The year is going to be 2018. There was some sort of massive apocalypse. We're down to 500 million citizens now after the year. So we've got 2 months, and bad things are about to happen. Most of this stuff is just sort of setting up the game, and I'm not going to go over all this stuff. There's plenty of tutorials out there. In fact, I'll link a tutorial in the description, so if you want to learn the how to play and what all these things mean and all that, I'll put a link, and you can check all of that out. I will just run through the basics. One way the game works is there will be up to 1,000 systems in this game. We're going to begin in Earth. We're going to start in the year 2018, basically with the knowledge that we have now, plus the knowledge that there is some sort of new element out there. Trans-Newtonium elements are around. This is the way they break the ideas of being able to do sort of FTL and that sort of stuff. We have to use those elements. Those are our resources we'll be using in the game, and that game kind of revolves around finding those and exploiting those to create ships and factories and build bases and that sort of thing. But the game begins on Earth. There is a lot of solar systems out there. It is only us. The way that enemies or other aliens will be generated is by us finding a new system. Once we find a system, there is a chance that a 30% chance that another race will be spawned in that system. That's how the game plays out. If we were to throw in, if we wanted to start off with other races, that we could do that, but they would probably destroy us. It would also slow the game down. So we're not going to start with anybody. They will only be generated if we go walking into their system. We're going to choose our name. The most important part. We're going to be the kingdom of Nookrium. Nookrium. It's going to be our name, our empire short name. We're just going to be the kingdom. There we go. Our species name. If we want to change our name, if we could do that, we are on Earth. If you want, you can change and play wherever you want. We're going to choose the Sol system is where we will be beginning, which has Earth, Mars, all of that stuff will be here. We can choose our government type, player race. We can choose a lot of different things. I haven't messed with any of these. I kind of want to be like, I don't know, where is it? Feudal states? High Imperial Monarchy. We'll stick with player race. Empire themes. This is what it just sort of generates our names of our ships and all that as. Warhammer 40k. Well, all this stuff is sort of in here. I saw there's one in here. Rebel Alliance. Let's do that one. Commander theme. That's going to be our names of our folks. What does that say? Ferengi? Huh. Hobbit. We got to go with Hobbit. Where is it? Yes. So the names of our people. So we're going to be not only just building ships like in something like Stellaris or Distant Worlds, just a lot more complex. We will be choosing our leaders, where they will be stationed and what they will be doing, how good are they at doing things, their what kind of people are they. That's all going to be in here as well. If we want to change and become some sort of strange species, non-human, we can change all that here as well. We can say what kind of oxygen-breathing people are we. We can change that if we wanted to. And again, we can also change all of the starting things as well. But this is fine here. We're going to set our jump points to 6 because I've been told that's what we need to be doing. That is going to be checked as well. And everything else I think is going to be okay. I'm going to turn this one off. What else do we need to be pointing out here? Most of this stuff is just sort of general things that happens in the game. We do have these precursors that are going to be out there. These are like some sort of ancient robot things that are around. We're going to turn off the extragalactic invaders. These are the Anterans, essentially. They're the bad guys. They will be really bad. We're going to turn them off. Starswarm are some sort of living ships. I guess lots of Moyas out there. And that's fine. We will not have any starting NPCs, but we may find some as we go through the game. We will find some as we branch out into more solar systems. If we get to that point, we may just do the one video, just kind of show the thing off. If you want to see more of this, please let me know. We may try to do this. That's all fine. These are all good. Everything is good. The planets and moons will orbit around their star. We can turn off the asteroids just to make it, I guess it can mess with the system a bit. Well, we'll fine. We'll do it just because it's cool. And let's start the game up. I almost forgot, in fact, I did forget, so I'm redoing this, to mark conventional. So there's two different ways of playing this game, and there is the Transnewtonian way and the conventional way. As I mentioned, we found these Transnewtonian elements. Think of this as the very basic start with conventional. We start with nothing, and we have to work our way up, versus the Transnewtonian, where we already have a couple bases out there. We can make a base like on the moon. I think there's one on maybe Venus or Mars as well. And we got a little bit of a head start selecting that one. We're going to go with conventional because I like the idea of just sort of seeing us start from nothing and working our way up. It gives me an idea. It's less overwhelming, I think, if you start off with conventional, even though it says to do Transnewtonian if you are a beginner. But let's go ahead and start this thing up. So we've got these Transnewtonian elements that are in the world that we have to figure out how to mine and how to manipulate. In fact, when we start the game off, we will have only basic infrastructure on our planet. We have to completely reassemble and reform our government and our society into a Transnewtonian sort of people. Okay, so we want a YouTube game. Yes, that's all good. This is sort of reminding me, wait, are you sure you want to do this kind of stuff? Yeah, we're good. Let's go ahead and begin. So, welcome to the game. We have this. This is the entire game. But most of the game will be played in this screen. This is the solar system right now. We're very, very, very zoomed out, but you can see the Hale-Bopp comet. Remember that one from, what was that, 15 years ago, 20 years ago? And that one came flying by. That one's out there. So the ones that have little lines by them are comets, means they are moving through the solar system. Let's recenter here. All these things out here are different asteroids. This is the Kuiper Belt. You see from the very outskirts of our solar system. Things like Pluto should be in here somewhere. Who knows where it is. We've got Neptune is right here. There's Halley's Comet on the outside next to Neptune's orbit there. We've got Uranus, and then Saturn and Jupiter will be in here. We'll keep on moving in. We can see everything in here. We've got lots of different asteroids hanging around. The lines tell us where they're flying, like Swift Turtle is flying outward. We've got Newsman flying in, and we'll keep on moving in here. We have this is the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. There's Jupiter right there with loads of moons around it. We can turn these off if we get overwhelmed by all the different names, but we'll leave it here for now. There's Ceres right over there. Keep on moving in, and we can see we got Mars. Where's Earth? Earth is over here. We have Venus and Mercury are all the systems. Even around each system, we have, all the way in, we have Mars. So, so this is basically the graphics of the game. This is really the tabletop that we will be playing on. So now, we are at Earth. Earth is the only colony we have. Let's go ahead and take a look at Earth. Here's more windows. Get used to them. We have Earth with 500 million people out there. We are creating some wealth. We can see our government, our planet is distributed into different different industries. We got agricultural, service industries, and manufacturing. In here, we can manipulate all this stuff as time goes on. Important ones here, we have one shipyard, which is going to be used to create ships. We have research labs. We have conventional industry. I thought I selected more than just 5 research labs. Whatever. For industry, we can see what we are working on. Here we can go in and say we want to build, I don't know, like a military academy. It's going to cost us some things to make this thing. Let's look at what it's going to cost. These are the transnewtonium elements. Each planet, well, most planets that you find, will have these. And these are the resources that the game uses to build things. Duranium is like the new steel. You have sorium is like a fuel. Neutronium, I think, is another sort of building material. These are all used in the new stuff that we'll be making. All the ships, all the engines, all the missiles. Everything will use these elements. And this is all randomized how much you're going to get at each planet, even the beginning one here. Important things to note here. So we have like 177,000 units of duranium in the Earth somewhere. We have reasonably good access to it, so we don't have any trouble digging it out. Like Galisite here is a little more troublesome to be able to get this stuff out. You can see the annual production is less on that one because it's harder to get to. It will be depleted in some times. We have to make sure we go out and find more, build more bases, more mining bases, trying to grab this stuff and bring it in. We have sorium being used for, I'm not sure exactly what that's used for at the moment. Shipyards, we got pot manufacturing right now. We can rename that one here into, I kind of like pot. Sandyman Dockyard. There we go. That's where we build our ships. We'll get that in a second. Research is another very important one because since we chose the conventional start, we need to know how to use transnewtonium technology. And I only have 3 researchers. This is the first real point of technological advancement. We are rediscovering fire at the moment when we get this. This will unlock everything in the game. Now, what we're doing right now is we're selecting what research we want to pick and who we want to do that research. So we've got old Hildegard Gardner, who specializes in construction production, which is what this one is. And because she's doing it, she gets a ×4 bonus for working on this because that's her area of expertise. So we want her to do that. All 5 of our research labs is going to be devoted to this tech. So let's do it. So get to work, Hilda. And in the year 2021, we will have this tech. It is 2018 at the moment. So there's our first task done. Excellent. We can also see all kinds of other things in here that's yelling at us about certain things. Industry, I don't know that... financial centers will give us some more money. Military Academy, I guess, is a very good one because what this one does is it will help us get new people. I haven't gone over people yet. It's going to be in here. So the Kingdom of Nookrium needs people to run its empire. We could come in here and we can select every single task and select who's going to run these individual things. I'm going to select automated assignments so the game will do it for me. It won't do the research stuff. We'll do that, but folks running all of the different fleets will be running around. All the different industries will need people running it. We have one very important job, though, that we have to select, and that is where is it? The Governor of Earth. A very important job around these parts. Have to govern all 500 million people. Who's going to do it? Is it going to be Drogo, who has a bonus of 10% wealth, or is it going to be Odovacar, who has better bonuses? I can't do Mimosa because she's only an A1. I need an A2. I need someone better than Mimosa. She may get better in time, but we'll let him do it. So yeah, these people all have different, you can see personality traits. This guy is modest, professional, ambitious, aggressive. Mimosa is a talented musician. And these all sort of affect the way that they skill up and all of that. But again, this game is incredibly complex. I'm trying to just skim the surface and give a rundown as we get into this. So, Odovacar, congratulations. You are now my new Governor of Earth. Congratulations. Governor of Earth, Odovacar Cotton. Good job, buddy. We all believe in you. Okay, so now, really there's not much we can do until we get that transnewtonium stuff. The transnewtonium research done. We've got to wait until the 2021, so we got 3 years to sit back and just sort of wait for that to happen before we can really do anything else. We're just sort of sitting here holding off until that is a thing that will happen. Now, the way this works is it is a turn-based game, and as we move around, we can say, well, let's go 5 days ahead of time. We'll see. Things will move. You see things are rotating around here. I guess I turned that option back off when I went back through. So the asteroids aren't moving, but everything else is moving around the solar system. Here, we can go 30 days ahead of time, and we can see it go much faster. Did I miss it? There it goes. There it goes. We can go to auto turns and just turn the thing on and just let it sort of do its spinning thing. As things happen, we can pull the log up here, and we can see things happening as they take place. For instance, Parvinza Hayward has joined my Naval Officer Corps, so she is now someone who's available to be thrown in. As I mentioned before, we can put these people in, micromanage all this stuff. I'm letting the game do that. We've got Commander Merrimack has just got a better political reliability bonus. Some of these will get a lot better, and like the folks that we have running, like old Governor Cotton may get better at certain things. And what's-her-face that's doing our research may get better as time goes on. Having her... Here we go. Cotton has increased his factory production by 15%. Excellent. Well done, Cotton. And we have a thorium shortage in fuel for Earth. Yeah, whatever. At the moment, our shipyard here at old Sandyman... Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. I want this one. Sandyman. At the moment, Sandyman is only has a capacity of 1,000 tons, which means it can only make really, really tiny ships. We need to increase that because we're going to be making a ship here one of these days, and it's probably going to be more closer to like around a 3,000 ton ship for our first scout ship we're going to be creating. So the first thing we want to do here at this yard is go ahead and increase the capacities. We're going to crank it up 2,000 tons. We probably could do 3,000 or 5,000 actually. That's probably fine. It'll be done in 2023. That's probably a good time. We're going to be using a lot of our stuff, but we've got plenty of duranium, newtonium. We'll be getting more, so it'll be, I think, a good idea to go ahead and set this thing and get it started up. So in a few years, we will have a nicer looking dockyard. As far as this is running out, but here. I'm using too much. I'm using all the thorium that I have and turning it into fuel. I don't need to do that right now. I have a lot laying around here. Right there it is. Right there. So we're going to go ahead and just stop the production of this one because we don't need it at the moment. And that will solve our thorium problem that we're having. We probably need to get a military academy. And that will help us get some better people in here. We have all the resources for it. We'll go ahead and do one of those. We'll just do one military academy. And that will help us move some things along a bit. Waiting for the transnewtonium thing to come in. So we're just going to wait and let it sort of do its thing. You can see how these comets are running in here. I guess comets typically have a pretty high amount of resources. The problem is they go way out of the solar system. So being able to actually get a hold of them is not really an easy task. Now, even though I have auto turns on, letting the thing sort of run, it stops whenever something important happens. Like, for instance, construction of a military academy has completed. That's why it stopped. We got that done. So we can go look in here and look and see. And yes, indeed, our military academy has been done. It was in here. Now it is done. I'm not going to set anything else up for right now. I just want to focus everything into getting this research done, which is going to be done 4 months. We will have the big thing. Let's go. Let's see it hit so we can get some new research. And there it is. There it is. There's my log. It is a team on Earth led by Hilda has completed research in transnewtonium technology. There we go. So now when we come in here to our new research right here, we now have the ability to do lots of new things. Lots and lots of new things. First thing we want to do, though, is we want to go ahead and get sensors, and we're going to get some geological survey sensors. What this is going to do is going to allow us to go around the solar system looking at other planets, other bodies, trying to find those transnewtonium elements so that we can use those in our building of things. So this is a sensors and fire control, which is nobody. So we're going to send in old Merrimack here to go and work on that one. All 5 labs. Get to work, buddy. You'll have it in 2022, which is just next year. Excellent. Now, what I want to do before this video is done is I want to get to the point of building a ship and setting it out. So we're going to do that. I may have to do some cropping here, but that is the goal of this video. So we've got the transnewtonium stuff. We can build a ship as soon as we get those geological things and we start making some engines. I want to make sure my... Well, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. And here, I want to make sure that my shipyards are looking all right. In 2 years, he will have the capacity. So that'll be when we start making our ship here, when this is done. So we're making our shipyards bigger. We now know how to use these transnewtonium things. And we're working on our geosurvey stuff. You can probably go ahead and crank this thing back on. How's it looking as far as our mining? We have a bit of a stockpile here. I think we should probably be good. We can go ahead and turn that thing back on. Let's go ahead and do that and see what happens. So we are bringing in. We'll be all right. We'll be all right for a little while. So we're gonna be using a little bit more than we're producing, but no big deal. We're fine. So let's bump ahead for a little bit and get the tech done and get the shipyards built and get a ship built. I think the first thing we're gonna do when we get our ship is we're gonna go check out. We'll probably check out the moon actually first. I know it's kind of lame, but we're gonna head back to the moon. First thing we do once we get the ability to start thinking about faster than light travel and better materials is we go back to the moon, which seems kind of lame. What happened here? We have completed the research into geological survey sensors. Okay, so now we can actually start building a ship. Let me go back into the research. And what's the next thing we want to be working on? We can terraform things. If we find a planet that we need to make better, we can go terraform the planet in time. We can get new missiles and new railguns to make ourselves cool. We can make asteroid mining modules, construction rates better. We can do better mining production if we want to make our mines work better, which might be, we can make our researchers work better. That actually might be the thing to do. Engine power. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at building a ship. So into the class design ship. Now, the way this works is this is very, very complex. This is the part of the game I guess a lot of folks get all excited about because the detail into how we can make a ship. First off, we're going to make a new ship. There we go. We have a Mark 1 class cruiser. It's going to auto-build this thing. You can see it's 255 tons. It has 10 crew to run this thing. It has shields. It has a little bit of armor. It will take... It's planned to go out for 3 months. We want it to go a little bit longer than 3 months, obviously, so we can crank that up. Say we want to go out for 3 years. We're planning on making a ship that can go explore the solar system for 3 years. And let's go and look at the design. So this ship has some conventional armor, just basic old steel plates. It has 4 crew quarters, fuel storage, and engineering space, and a bridge. But we want this thing to have geological survey sensors, so we're going to throw those things on there. And now it can crank those on. We're at 650 tons at the moment, just with those sensors on there. Now this will give me the ability to run around and do some researching of the solar system. If we wanted to make it tougher, we can throw more armor on there. If we wanted to, I don't know, throw a big cargo hold, we could do that as well. We want luxury passenger accommodations, we can do that also. I think it's fine the way it is. You'll notice, though, there's something missing here. Something very important is missing here, and that is engines. This thing has no engines on it, so we have to go design our engines. Engines are... all these things that are listed in here are completely made by you. All the lasers are done. All the laser wavelength, the energy, all this stuff is done specifically by you. You're going to be manipulating every little detail of all of this stuff when you make your thing. But first, we want to go into engines. And right now, we're making a military engine. We don't want that. We want something that's a little bit more, commercial. So let's tone this thing down just a little bit. We're going to go with a little less power, which I think we need to go down to like 50. And turn down the fuel components. Size to still military. 25. There we go. Commercial engine. So we now have a commercial engine. We can throw this thing onto our ship. Class for commercial. Excellent. Name, we're going to call it the Whitfoot. No, the Pot Sandy Man. Yes. That works just fine. Okay, there we go. Let's create that thing. Yeah, make that thing. Okay, so now that we have an engine, we can't just throw it on there. It hasn't been made yet. So we have to come in here into the research. We have to learn how to make this thing. Right here in power and propulsion, there it is, the Pot Sandy Man engine. So we want to have, I guess, old Lily, even though she's terrible, she's going to work on this thing and learn how to make it. It'll take her no time at all. It'll take her a month to figure this thing out. So we're going to go ahead and give her a month, pass some time along, and let her do her thing. The shipyard will be done here next month, and it's going to be very exciting. We're going to get a ship made, hopefully, team on Earth, led by Lily, has completed research into the Pot Sandyman commercial conventional engine. Excellent. Let's build a ship. So we have our class Mark 1. We want this thing to not be a cruiser, actually. I think this is all just flavor. This is going to be a geo-survey ship. I mean, we can call it whatever we want. It doesn't really matter. But we're going to go with Geological Survey Vessel, or Geo-Survey. That sounds cool. Okay, the Geo-Survey ship. It is a Mark 1. We can change the name if you want. We want to do auto-rename. We're going to call it the RM09 Lame Mark 2. No. Providence class. This would be like so this is a Constitution class sort of thing versus not actually the name of the ship. We're going to call this one the Spiral class Geo-Survey ship. Yes, no. We're going to rename it. We're going to call it the Dave class Geo-Survey ship. This ship now has engines. Add those engines on there. So we can add, do we want to add one engine? Do we want to add 2 engines? Let's add 2 engines on there. We'll have the capacity for it. That's fine. It's going to take 44 crew to man this thing now. You can see as I add things in, it takes in more people. So it was only 32 with 1 engine. If we want two engines, it's going to take a lot more. If we want, ICBM launch control, that might be an important thing to have in time, but not right now. We will get this thing set up to go. So it's 3,600 tons, 44 crew. They can be gone for 36 months. We mark this as 36 months because the crew have morale, and we don't want them to go out longer than they have to go. We are going to be speeding along at I don't know where my speed is. I'm not sure where that is listed, but we can see we're going to be going 18.7 billion kilometers is how far we can go, which is a very long way. That's like as far away as Voyager 1 is, I think, somewhere in there. So, okay, let's build. Lock design, build the ship. Now we come in here to our shipyard. Well, we can't go to the shipyard because it's not built yet. We have to go into shipyards, and we have, when's this going to be done? June. So we got a year before we can actually make this thing. So let's jump ahead a year. Let's fast forward a bit to a year. Are we researching things? No, probably not. We should get some research done. Research. Let's get, we can get new engines, I think. Less fuel consumption. Jump point theory is going to allow us to, it's the precursor technology for various jump drive technologies. So yeah, that's probably an important one to have. There's also, not weapons. Just having things like research rate would also be a nice thing to have as well. Yeah, I'll get that one. And that's going to be led by old Hilda again. Hilda's our favorite. Yeah, go work on that. Okay. Okay, so let's fast forward here until we get to our ship being constructed. And we'll see if we can find something exciting here to go explore. And hopefully find something that has some proper minerals. I actually got kind of lucky here on my materials here. We don't have anything that's really short. Short supply. Sometimes you get things that are really bad. It's all randomly done. So sometimes you'll get a severe lack of minerals. We're a little bit low on the duranium, but it's a decent amount. But sometimes you can really get hosed here, and you have to just hope that you can find something nearby, or just restart the game. We got 5,000 tons of capacity added to Sandyman Dockyard on Earth. People are gaining skills as well. So let's go build ourselves a ship. Retool for selected class, the Dave, set activity. There we go. So now it will make the Dave. It is now geared up to make a Dave. We want it to construct a Dave. Dave 001. No, this is going to be called the Bob Ross. This is going to be our first ship exploring the solar system. You can see the materials it's going to need to be created. The parentheses are what we have on hand. So we have plenty of stuff for this thing. And jump over to the shipyard task, and we can see the Bob Ross, which I don't know why it's called the Bob Ross, is being constructed at Shipyard Earth in 2024. It'll be here. It's been almost 10 years, but we're going to have our first ship screaming through the docks. It's going to go do some exploring. I promise. If we do anything this episode, we will explore something. Well, what year was that? 2024. Was it right now? Someone has joined us. Ship construction. The Bob Ross has been done. Excellent. So as we can see in here, as we zoom in, we can see at Earth, at our shipyard, there is a yellow thing there now. That yellow thing is the Bob. So here at our tasks group screen, we have the Bob here. Bob is not going to be his own group. He's going to be called the Bob Ross. And he's going to go. We can give him orders here. So this is where we're going to give this guy orders and tell him what he wants to do. We can go from here and tell him to go certain places, or we can actually give him specific orders. Say we want to go, when you get less than 30% fuel, I want you to go refuel at the nearest colony. Nearest resupply at colony. That one works, I think. So he will run back to, I think that's the one I need to be doing. He'll run back to us to refuel, to go back out for some more. We can also set it up to, like, default orders, just go survey the nearest thing if we want. And he'll go do his own thing in time. But we want to go ahead and tell him what to do first, I think. So let's go into our extended Earth orbit. First task for Bob is to go into Earth extended orbit. And then we're going to go, what's around here? Anything? Let me close this and see what we can find here. There is, what is this? This is some sort of asteroid out here? Let's go explore that asteroid. That'll be our job. That's going to be our goal this time. I think you can actually do, what is it? This one? Yeah, you can actually see distances here. So this is like a ways. The, what was it? 18 billion? Which is a long, long way. We can go a long way. Okay. So yeah, I want to go over here and explore this one. So I'm going to tell Bob to go to Kruthny. That's what we're going to set up for. So Bob, your mission is to go to, I'm going to pull up asteroids to Kruthny right here. So when you go, I want you to, after you're done in Earth's orbit, you're going to go move over to Kruthny. And then you're going to do a geological survey at Kruthny. I don't know how to say this. Kruthny. And then I want you to go to, then let's go to, where's Moons? Then we're going to go to, I noticed this before, Luna is under Venus instead of Earth for some reason. Then we're going to go back to the Moon and survey that one. And then we can head to Venus, survey Mercury, and we'll see what we can find on all that. Okay. Away you go, buddy. We're gonna watch. And we're gonna see you do some exciting things, buddy. Exciting things. We said auto turns, we're gonna go one day and we can see, oh, Bob is flying fast. Bob moves quick. Okay. That planet is, I move a lot faster than I thought I did. So let's go and look and see what we found here. All bodies. We found, I want materials. Minerals, there we go. So we found nothing at Kruthny or whatever it's called. Bob Ross, we have, Bandalbrus Putafoot has joined my Naval Officer Corps. Who is the commander? Commander Roramac Burrows has been assigned to the Bob Ross. Excellent. Well done, buddy. Did he do a survey at Kruthny? I don't think he did. Let me see. Let me continue on here a little further. So I want to make sure we're at Bob. Okay, so he is now, I'm not sure what he must not have seen anything there. I'm not sure what's going on here, but he is at Luna doing surveys, I think. There's the Bob Ross. We've got, he's doing a survey of Luna at the moment. Okay. And if something comes up, it should show up. I mean, I'll get it on my log, and I will get it here as well. So let's just let this thing pass. Oh, I guess I'm leaving. I guess, are we done? I guess we're done. But you found nothing? You found nothing there. Well, all right. Continue on, buddy. We'll go 8 hours at a time here. So he's heading on down now towards, what was the next, Venus? So he's going to head over here to Venus. I mean, it would have been a lot better to go, you know, wiser places. Oh, what about Wild? We should stop by Wild. While we're here, we should stop by Wild. Bob, I got new orders for you. Wild is a comet. Here. There it is. I want you to go geological survey of that one. Can I put that on the top? Remove that one. And survey wild. And then you continue on to Venus. It's fine. But I want to see what's on that comet. Okay. Zoom in here a little bit so we can get an eye on him. See what he's doing. This is all very thrilling. Go 3 hours at a time so we can see him slowly approaching. Old wild comet. I'm not sure he can catch up to it, right? Yeah, you're faster than that comet. Okay, so he will hang out there, and he's going to survey this thing. And he did, and he found something. You can see it because it popped up over here. So let me pause this. Minerals discovered on wild. 81,000 titanium and 21,000 boronide. And you can see the availability at these places too. So if we need some boronide, that might be the thing to go to. Titanium, maybe not so much. Let's continue following Bob here. I'm going to let him do his thing and hopefully we can find him. Maybe we'll find something at Venus. Come on, Bob. Head on out. So off he goes to Venus to see if we can find something else over here. So our next goal would be to just, other than focusing all of our efforts into research and trying to learn all that stuff, would be to try to find some places. We're going to send him out, just maybe 2 of these guys, to go out and just do lots and lots of surveying and try to find all the different things in the system that have resources that we want. So he went to Venus. He found nothing at Venus, unless he's still researching it, but I don't think he is. He found nothing at Venus. So then our next orders would be to just tell him to go do whatever you want to do, Bob. Oh, no, I guess he's still doing it. Okay. Go a day at a time, see if anything happens here. I will give him the mission, actually. That when he's done... Oh! Venus. He's done. We found a lot of vendorite and gallicite, which is not very accessible. A ton of duranium, though. Not the most accessible stuff, but 2 million duranium. And then our next orders would be for Bob just to go and we're going to tell you default orders to survey the nearest body. That is your job, buddy. And away you go. So Bob will go do his thing, and that, I think, calls it to an end. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for putting up with this. I hope it helps introduce the game and sort of give an idea of what is going on around here. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.